Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2. This is Matt from Gun for Hire, and today's video I was going to talk about what my second gun was, but I wanted to first talk about some things and some problems, give you guys some additional solutions to a lot of things that we're hearing about. So without further ado, let's continue with this craziness. So some apps are getting turned back, and it's because they're not being written in the same color. That's right, be consistent. Put your crayons down, get a pen, get a blue or black, just be consistent. You can't have your references in red and then blue and then black. They're gonna turn it away. Some of them have, so please be consistent with that. The ORI number and the Municipal Code. So let's talk about that for a second. There's some confusion, and some apps are getting turned back because of that also. And again, it's the Municipal Code goes right here. You can't leave it blank. That's not an option. And to give you an idea, a Municipal Code example is for Mountain Lakes 1425. The ORI number is NJ01425000. So they don't want the ORI number. Make sure you have the Municipal Code in this block here, okay? So let's move on to now the Identigo service. So a lot of people wrote back some different questions about the Identigo service code. Once you go into Identigo for your fingerprints, you can't do the ink or anything. You have to go to Identigo. It's gonna ask you for a service code, which is 2F as in Frank 164. That's the same for everybody. What happens later on as you're going through the process online to book your appointment, it asks you for a case contributor number. Now, each town is different. Some people aren't giving you a case number, some are telling you to use your ORI number or your SBI number. In any case, please talk to your local PD on what they are requesting. Also, the majority of the PDs, you basically hand in your whole application, you're ready to go, and they'll tell you what to do for your fingerprints. What's happening now is some PDs are like, you know what, we're doing all this work, we have their application, and the mental health comes back and it's rejected. Or the people are not going out getting their fingerprints after all this work. So you know what, come in first, give us the mental health, we're going to tell you how to do your fingerprints, and once both are set, then you can bring back your application. It's a little bit less work for the PDs. So please, again, before you go through everything and just bring everything in, contact your local PD and see what's best for them. One place is requiring a resume. So I'm not sure how this works. I don't know if the resume needs to be like a carry resume. Like when I was 4, I carried my first squirt gun and then slingshot. And when I was 10, I moved up to nunchucks. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm sorry. Dan Schmutter, he's aware of this, and he's trying to get rid of that resume as it's not required. So again, this is, another example of people in power. They're trying to flex their muscles a little bit. They're coming up with their own thing. So good luck. Please, maybe you could send me your resumes as example of what you're submitting if your town is requiring resumes. I think that's funny. Passaic County. So here's the thing. Passaic County now is requiring the call sheet. They've been phenomenal. They've been doing a lot of great stuff for the gun owners and the applications, getting them out. They are requiring now that the qualification sheet, the score sheet, be notarized. So if you happen to come to Gun for Hire for your qualification, come on back during when the notary is here, and there's no charge. They'll go ahead and notarize that for you. Let's do one other thing. Review the dates on the forms. Again, these forms, some places have old forms. We have people coming in with old forms. They say, well, I downloaded it from here or there. Our forms on our websites are the updated forms, but I'd hate for you to come down, have everything filled out, you're waiting in line for the notary, you get to the notary, you sit at the table, and it's the wrong form. So it's very frustrating. People are getting frustrated. Your application, this is the application. The bottom of this page, this is the front of the application. That bottom, 7/22, make sure you have that. Also, the consent for mental health. The bottom of that, 719. Please make sure you have these updated forms. Awesome. Let's see what else we got going on here. A lot of the other feedback is apps are getting turned back if people are typing them, making a mistake and crossing it out and then filling it in. So again, try to hand it in perfect, ready to go. The other thing is, imagine getting all of this, everything's great, and it goes into the courts and the money order doesn't have your name on it. The money order should have your name on it because sometimes it gets separated and they're having a hard time figuring out who paid for who. So make sure your name is on the money order. If something is wrong with your application, it will come back typically with a note on it stating what's wrong, and that's at the county level. And it's not something where, again, you could cross out. You have to redo in triplicate your application and then have that redone, and you're going to have that resubmitted. So that's what's going on with that. So let's talk about getting a lot of questions. You know what? I got my carry, and I go to Willowbrook Mall. You know, Willowbrook Mall says pretty loudly they don't want firearms in their mall. So I called Evan Knappen and I'm like, I want to talk about this. I want to help people out. We're getting a lot of things. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not a lawyer. We're just having a friendly conversation, hanging out at the range. So I said, Evan, what could happen, And he's like, well, what do you think you're getting arrested for? And I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm calling you. I'm like, what? You know what? Let me think about it. I leave my gun in the car. I lock it up in a safe. Does it fall under transportation? Like, I don't have my carry on me. It's in my car. Do I have to go to and from a range now? Or, what does it happen? He goes, well, all right, let's talk about that. Let's look at the transport of weapons, section 2C39-9. And the funny thing, Evan knows all these numbers by heart. He just runs them off. He's unbelievable. Any legal questions, please revert to Evan Knappen. Okay. It states, and I broke it down a little bit because there's a lot of things including knives and explosives, but we're pertaining to firearms. Any person who transport any weapon, in the case of firearms, if he's not licensed or registered to do so as provided in Chapter 58, is guilty of a crime in the 4th degree. So let's talk about Chapter 58, is where you find the permit to carry license law. It is specifically under NJS 2C 58-4, and that's why you exempted from the transportation restriction, because you have your carry permit. So I thought, maybe now you're in the mall or whatever, or somebody, is it, or you're leaving the gun, is it an unlawful possession of my firearm? And again, the short clip is any person who knowingly has his possession in any handgun without first having obtained a permit to carry, as provided at NJS 2C 58-4, is guilty of a crime. Chapter 58, again, is where you find the permit to carry license law, and that's why you are exempted from the unlawful possession restriction. So both statutes exempt New Jersey carry license holders. It's as simple as that, per Evan. So again, any legal stuff, I'm just kind of reading what's out there already and putting it together for everybody. Please revert to Evan Knappen regarding the specifics and the law on this. An analogy. So what happens? I'm going to carry. Okay, so you go and carry. Let's get rid of the gun and replace it with a dog, because now you have something legal. So the mall says no dogs. You walk in with a dog. And the mall says, security says, you know what, I'm going to have to call the police. You can't have a dog in here. You're like, no, I'm going to take my dog and this is what I'm doing. So the police come and say, you're going to have to leave, or you're going to get arrested. Okay, so what are they arresting you for? Trespassing. Okay, so that's kind of what's going to happen. A brief, quick topic about, locking your gun up. So we had a lot of conversations about that in different safes if you happen to leave your gun in your vehicle. And, somebody actually said, oh, maybe I just want to be safe. I'm going to actually take my mag out and stuff, lock them up separately and this. And the last thing you want to do is have a negligent discharge. And you shouldn't be fooling around with your firearm in the car, and especially if somebody's walking by and they see you doing that, getting out of your car, putting it in your trunk there's certain things you don't want to do. And, you know, Anthony's, I'm sure, is going to be talking about that on the radio show. I'll have another video talking about some different things, and I'll bring that up. So the next one video, I definitely want to talk about and feature some safes that we're also going to have available for you to come and see and check out. And also spoke about some of those safes in his book, Crime Proof. I'll also show some bags that we're going to have that are going to be some backpacks that are a little bit less school backpack and more professional looking, which is cool. I'm testing those now. It's I think they're pretty great. I'm excited about that. And let's see. All right, my guns. So where am I at my process? You know what? I went and I did 3 guns, and I said, you know what? Let me go to my PD. I went to my PD, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm the first in my town to make an amendment, and I feel selfish because a lot of people haven't gotten theirs yet, and here I am already making an amendment to mine. But I want to figure out the process for you guys to make it easier. So I took my score sheets with photos, thinking that's what I'm going to need, and I took that to the PD, and that's not what to do. So I got the number for the Morris County Court, and I called them, left a message this morning, and I got a call back in 2 hours. And I'm the first in Morris County, funny enough, to want to make an amendment. So they are double checking the process and what to do. And at this point, again, it's still unknown. I'm assuming, and I believe what's going to happen is I'm going to have to write a letter, you know, and send basically stating, hey, I'd like to carry these additional firearms. Here's the serial numbers, and here's the make and models. And I don't know if I have to have a photo maybe of the firearm, I'm not sure, or a photo of myself as well, and score sheets. So I'll find that out, and then in the next video, I'll follow up. So the 3 guns I qualified with, I tell you what, I absolutely love this. This is my Shadow Systems CR920, and this is just an amazing. So it's basically modeled after the Glock 43X, and it fits in the exact same holster. But it comes kind of ready to go. Everybody knows I'm an art guy, so I kind of like things ready to go and looking awesome. And this is just a phenomenal gun. The stippling and everything, and it's also MOS ready. Just awesome. And guess what? It's the featured gun for rent at Gun for Hire, and we have them in the store also. The CR920 by Shadow Systems, unbelievable. Check it out, research it, but just an awesome gun. I shot great with that gun. The other one is, I'm kind of hooked on this brand now, is this is now the MR920 Shadow Systems. Again, this is how it comes. And then I added the Hollow Sun and the light as well. So again, this is stock, right? This is pretty cool. Great gun. And the last gun was my Glock 19, which doesn't look too much like a Glock 19 at this point, but I stippled it myself. Did the barrel and L2D slide, trigger, and added a light. And then this I went with the Trigicon. I love all the guns. They're just phenomenal firearms. And so come on down, check it out. And one other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is these 2 things. Holster draw is training, and you know, the basics of pistol. Everyone appreciates, I think, in any situation, you know, knowing that a lot of people are going to be carrying around them, that they have the proper training. You know, we're not in one of the constitutional carry states where you grow up and you learn from your family gun safety and gun. You know, a lot of people are excited about this new carry law as we are here, and the great thing is a lot of people coming in, they're immediately stating, you know, I want to take this. What do I take first? And it doesn't matter kind of your level. You have to have basics of pistol. It's a great foundation course, and then from that course, we build on holster draw, urban pistol 1, 2, and 3, and a lot of other great courses. So please stand strong, stay safe, come in and train, and don't forget to post below Any questions that you have, we'll get back to you right away. Like, follow, and share, and all that good stuff. And make sure that you let your fellow patriots know about the video. Hopefully it'll help them out, and then get them the answers that they need. So thank you, everybody. Look forward to the next video. And sorry this one was long. Oh my God. But there's a lot of stuff going on. So again, any questions, post it below. We'll get right back to you. Take care.